on some content, putting together some training drills. And I wanted to bring this idea to you that drillers make killers. And what that means is that the fighters and martial artists who learn how to drill to teach certain skills are always going to be the best fighters. So I've always said there's two ways you can learn how to fight, right? You can just be in one of those gyms where all you do is fight continuously, and you'll learn how to fight. Now, you're going to suffer a lot of injuries, probably lose a lot of brain cells. You could be permanently injured in that sort of training environment, but there is no question that if you fight enough, you're going to learn how to fight. You'd be crazy to not think that. So if you fight enough, you will learn how. That's one. The other reason is to learn your skills. The other way is to learn your skills through drills. So those are the two ways you're going to learn to fight, either by fighting or by drilling to learn the skills, and then hopefully a good hybrid of the two. Once you develop the skills through the training drills, then you're able to apply that in a fight or a sparring context. And if you don't do that, the other road is a little bit rough. So my name's Alan Branch. I'm co-founder of Glove Up with my man David Dice. Together we've got a little over 80 years experience. We've both trained directly with the legendary Joe Louis. A lot of the training videos that you see here on the channel are from my private lessons and seminars that I had with Joe Louis over about 25 years. And one of the things that he really focused on the most was on the drills. He and Bruce Lee did the drills together. A lot of the drills, it was really cool when Joe and I would be training and he would say, Bruce had me do this, or this is what Bruce and I did. And I would get to learn those drills firsthand. And on this channel, that's what we're passing to you. Unfortunately, in the world of striking, the ability to do drills has diminished massively. The videos that you see are guys just clubbing it out and killing each other. And again, you can learn to fight that way, but it's just not a smart way to go. You develop your skills through drills. Drills will develop timing, reflexes, balance, accuracy, power, like you learn to do the drill. So what does that even mean? Once I went to the gym, in the boxing gym that I trained at, there was no instruction. You basically would go in the gym. Everybody did the same thing. You go in the gym, you jump rope for 3 minutes, you shadow box for 3 minutes, you hit the bag for 3 minutes, you hit the double end bag for three rounds, and you do 3 rounds of everything. And then at the end of the night, somebody says, hey, you want to go? And you go, yeah. And you get in the ring and you get the crap beat out of you. And you do that over and over until you begin to learn. So one night after I'd started training with Joe Louis, a couple years had passed and I went back into the gym, and now I understood what drills were and how to train. And there was a guy who was fighting for a state title, and he was up in the ring shadowboxing, and he said he had a fight coming up. And I said, okay, cool, let's do some drills. And he's like, what do you mean drills? I'm like, we'll pick a particular skill and we'll work on that in a drill format. And he goes, show me what you mean. Like, he had never seen a drill. The guy was fighting for a amateur state title, had never seen a training drill. All he had ever done is hit pads, or punch the bag, jump rope, hit pads, and then fight. So he's taken a ton of punishment. He's learning the hard way when he could have been taught drills for each thing. So what you do is you take a specific movement. Let's say in the videos with David, and again, guys, if you're new to the channel, I'm Alan Branch. If you've been here for a while, welcome back. I'm trying to start doing some of these lives where we can get a little more detailed on little things. So if you've seen David's video on staying connected to your power source. So basically, he says, don't make a 2-foot punch a 6-foot punch. And what he means by that is, if a punch is straight to the target, don't draw it back, create additional space, make the punch have to travel that distance to make up what it lost, and then go through the punch. You're making what should be a short, tight punch, a very long punch. It's basically don't telegraph. And the other part of that is staying connected to your power source means you're going to keep your elbows and your body everything in tight, and you're not going to release your punch until the very last second. All that, I think, is incredible advice. But what do you do with it? Like, you see it, and then you're like, oh, okay, so what do I do again? What do you say? Stay connected to my power source and don't pull it back. Okay. And then you just go on, right? How do you learn to apply any of that knowledge that you're gaining? So you pick up a move from us or somebody else, and then you create ways to drill it. Here's why that is so important if you're a fighter or a martial artist or a coach. So my son was a big basketball player. Now he's a basketball trainer, but he would learn. There was this one coach we had. His name was Coach Gene Love. The guy was brilliant with a basketball. And my son would be put over to the side, and he would do these boring little drills over and over and over and over and over and over. And my son was very little at the time, maybe 5'3", 100 and some pounds in like the 8th grade. And he was training with Coach Love, and they would do their fundamentals, and they would drill it and drill it and drill it. And he was scoring 30 points a game against every kid on the court being bigger than him. I coached an AAU team. He consistently would outscore everybody on our team. He wasn't bigger, stronger, or faster. Coach Love had taken him through a drill format where each individual skill was drilled until he had it down. Then it was tested under progressive resistance, and then he could apply it in a game. The absolute same thing applies to your fighting of all kinds. You take a particular skill, like staying connected to your power source, good rotation through your punch. Don't make your 2-foot punch a 6-foot punch by drawing it back. You take those moves and you put it in a drill. Here's a simple one. Let's say that you got that movement down, and the first thing you want to do was practice it, right? You're going to get up, you're going to practice rotating, making sure the hand doesn't draw back. You're going to stay connected to your power source until the hip rotates. Then you're going to extend the punch and pull it back. So you're going to drill that a couple of times in the air, maybe on the back. Then, if I got a bag, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to practice that on the back. If I have a partner, what I'm going to do is teach him how to shield and block the right hand. And then I'm going to set, and I'm not going to tell you when, I'm going to release my right hand. When I release it, you see it coming, you keep your hand up and check it. Okay, that's a very simple drill to practice 2 specific skills. One of them is I'm rotating through, I'm staying connected to my power, I'm rotating through, I'm learning to release my punch and snap it back. The other guy is learning when he sees that punch coming to get that hand up, make sure he checks it, gets a good block, and stays on balance. One side is working on the release of the right hand. The other side is working on the defense of the right hand. That is a very basic drill. Now, drills get way more complex than that. They're way more, they can progress into things that are much like fighting. Like if you're doing a drill correctly and I glance at you training for 1 split second, it should look like you're sparring. It should look like you're engaged in it. Now, understand the difference here, you guys. I've been teaching since I was 23, and I'll be 59 this Sunday. And I've taught nonstop. We've had boxers, kickboxers. I have a black belt in Sambo. I've fought in some grappling matches. Like I've been doing this for a long time. One thing that the grapplers get way better than the strikers is the ability to drill. They learn to drill the movements slow, controlled, focused, smoothly. They go smooth through the motions until they get them down. Then they fight against light resistance, and then they fight against moderate resistance, and then they go and they roll. Strikers seem to have a block. It's like learn a punch, try to kill somebody. It's just not a smart way to train. You're not going to develop efficient skills, and it's just not productive. It's not an efficient way to develop your skills. So drillers make killers, and basically what that means is the one who learns to understand the drill and trains that drill over and over until they develop that skill will have a far better likelihood of applying that skill under pressure when they get into a fight context. So hopefully that makes sense. Hey, what's up, guys? Dion, I know that's not the real Elon Musk down there, but hey, Elon, good to have you on the video. Guys, say hello. Let me know where you're from. If you have a question, if I see it pop up here on the live chat, I'll go ahead and answer it for you. So That's what we're thinking about. Now, one of the most important ways, so defense is critical to drill defense, but the other one is combinations. Joe Louis, we had a little stint where I was training with a trainer, and the thought was, man, I'm probably glad this did not happen. But the thought was, could I get on a path? I was in Roy Jones' weight division. Could I get on a path to maybe get a fight with Roy Jones? Not saying I'd have done well, just saying I was on a path, right? And I talked to Joe Louis about it. We were in training, and I said, you know, what is separating me from these other guys that are like the upper, you know, the Roy Jones and some of the best fighters in the world? And he said, combinations. And I was like, wow, that's what it is? It's like, yeah, with all other things equal, everybody knows how to punch. Everybody's in shape. You know, that should be a non-negotiable to even think about any type of professional fighting. But everybody knows their moves. They're in shape. The ability to fight in combination made the difference, right? So what does that mean? Well, you learn how, like, a typical combination would be like 1-2. Oh, everybody learns the 1-2, okay? They learn how to throw a 1-2. And that's about the end. And then every now and then you'll pick up a combo. Somebody will say maybe jab, kick. Okay, that's a great combo, but it's exceptionally limited when it comes to training. So what we do is we start to develop combinations that include not just the punches and the kicks, but also defense, head movement, footwork. So movements are trained together. Example, let's say I step in with like a 1-2, and then I bob my head to create some head movement, and then I step back and then throw a straight right hand. Or I throw a 1-2, a guy rushes me, I take an angle step, and then I drop a kick. You take those things and you put them into a drill, and you drill it, and you drill it, and you drill it. And once you get it down, you find a partner that you can work with, and then you start to spar light, and you work on applying that drill. I'm laughing at some of the comments down here. All right, guys, a lot of you from India today. That's pretty cool. Hopefully you're learning something. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them down below. So here's what that looks like. So again, I'm out here today. I'm shooting some content, kind of not set up for this exactly, but I want to show what I'm talking about. So let's say I've got a certain thing like a jab cross, and I want to work on some defense and what happens after I jab cross. So I may step in with a 1-2, and then you snap a punch back, like you counter. I may rock back and practice coming back with a right hand. Rocking back and then countering with a right hand is a good move, but you're just not going to apply that if you don't drill it. Like, it's one thing for me to say, hey, look, if you're throwing a combo and somebody fires back, just rock your head back just a little bit quick to get out of range and then counter it with a right hand. That's decent advice, but you are never going to make that work if you haven't drilled it first. I can't just tell you that, and then under real time of any type of realistic fighting, are you ever going to be able to just pull that out of your head and just do it? It requires a drill. So all skills are created in drills. All skills are created in drills. You drill your combos, your defense, your footwork, reaction time. You drill your offensive movements, like when trying to land the jab. All of these things, you have to develop it through a skill. Let me know if this stuff makes sense, what I'm saying. I'd love to make more of these videos because I think there's a lot that I can share with you guys that will benefit you. I will say the one thing that I always had to my advantage was I was always open to learn, and I was always listening when somebody older than me would start talking. Like, if you had any experience, I want to know what it was, whether it's a grappling hold, a choke hold, or a certain punch or whatever. I was attentive and I listened, and I got way ahead of the curve because I was able to pick up things that others didn't know. And then being access to Joe Louis privately for 25 years, and then now with David Dice, between the two of us, there's a lot of information here on the channel. You have a couple things you can do on the channel. We have a free group that we put it in some of these chats. You've seen it. We have a free group where you can access our boxing combinations for free. And then there's a community in there where we post updates to our videos, and that's free. You have that. Then you have our complete course. If you want to learn this curriculum from start to finish with direct access to us, it's at fighterscollege.com. Fighterscollege.com. You can go there. You can find the links here on the channel. So any questions on any of this? So what I want you to take away today is that you develop your skills through drills. So the next thing that you see that you really want to learn, like a particular movement or defense or whatever, I want you to think about how you can put the movement into a drill format so that you can learn to apply the movement. Learn a move, you see it on a reel, one of our reels or somebody else's, you like it, you study it, you figure out how you're going to do it, and then you figure out how you're going to drill it. Shadow box, heavy bag, focus mitt, partner drill. So you have 4 different ways you can do it, and then the last, you put it into some sort of sparring format. That should be the order in which you practice. You get a skill, you walk through the movements. Then you get where you can do it shadow boxing. Then you take it to a bag. Hopefully, if you have somebody do mitts with you, you go to mitts. Then you get a partner. You do it with a partner. And then you progressively move into sparring. So hopefully that helps you guys. I'm going to finish. I got a lot to do left today. A couple guys coming into my gym to box tonight. David Dyson, I'll have a live video coming up pretty soon. How to defend if somebody grabs your hand from behind. Okay, so don't let anybody behind you. First of all, how did somebody get behind you? Like, stay alert. If you are there, we can show you a defense for that. I need somebody with me so I could show it. I'll try to make a video helping you with that, Elon. And Bruno said, a lot of what you're explaining is biomechanical accurate. The drill creates reflex to reflex. Yes, that's exactly what I'm after. I'm wanting you to learn to use drills to create that muscle memory and that reflex. Neelish, yeah, I've got about 3 minutes left. If you got a question you want to ask me right now, if I can answer it for you, I absolutely will. Let's go ahead and ask if you got it. Let's see what he has to say, and I'll see if I got time to answer that. So what'd you take away from this today, guys? Take away drilling. Drills make skills. Right now here, I'm on the coast of North Carolina. It's 1:25 in the afternoon. I've been training all morning long, and it's the first chance I've had to make any content for you guys. Okay, here's a good question. So do you agree that boxers should focus on skill or strength and conditioning? Yes, they have to do both. Strength and conditioning should be the prerequisite. You got to be in shape, but a lot of your skill training will create conditioning. Like if you're doing skill work with a partner, man, that's hard work, and it relates over to what actual fighting is like. So the issue should be what type of strength and conditioning or speed and conditioning are you doing? Is it specific for fighting, or is it just something random? Like if you don't have a plan, you're just wearing out your joints, which goes to the next one. My joints hurt while punching the bag, and I punch without gloves because my gym doesn't have any. All right, so I'm going to recommend that you get your own gloves if you can and just carry them into your gym. There are some cheap ones out there that you could get that would protect your hand. If not, I would definitely get some gauze or some basic hand wraps and learn to wrap. We've got that on our channel. And there's also a video on the channel of Joe Lewis teaching the fist position, where instead of letting the thumb go across to your index finger when you make a fist, all you do is you pull it back, you lay it across the inside of your index finger, and you'll feel that the second you do it. It'll lock. I'm not going to try to explain it right now because I don't have time, but it will lock your fist into a much stronger position. It's our most viewed video on our channel is how to make that fist. And you get some knuckleheads who are like, oh, you're going to break your thumb. Look, the adjustment was from here to here. Now, does that look like a huge difference in your thumb? No, it's a tiny difference. You just roll it to the inside and lock it. That's it. So from here to here, that's the difference in the positioning for us. And when you're inside a boxing glove, it works perfectly. People say it doesn't. It's perfect. The boxing glove is literally made so that you could hold your fist like that. So I'd protect your fist. I'd go for some wraps. Man, if you can, save up and get you some gloves. You know, really, like I've got all my original parts. Nothing hurts. Can still shadow box, do everything. Again, I'll be 59 this coming weekend. Can do all that stuff. No aches and pains, no arthritis, you know, because I didn't do stupid stuff that a lot of younger guys just jump on and do it. And I'm trying to save you guys. All right. So, let me see this one. And this one is inside fighting on your next episode. Oh yeah, that'll be a fun topic. And great. Oh yeah, guys, I got a lot of questions I didn't see. How long should I do weighted shadow fights? What's weighted mean? Does that mean you're putting dumbbells in your hands? Don't do that. It's going to mess up your timing. Don't ever have anything in your hand that's any heavier than what a boxing glove would be if you were fighting in it. Thanks. I'll do that on the next videos. And last thing, so the stronger your wrist and forearm, the stronger your punch. Yes, but that's it's not quite that simple. So if I have a strong grip and a strong wrist and a strong forearm, but I don't know how to shift my body weight, I don't have torque, I don't have rotation, and I don't have the mechanics down, then my punch isn't going to be hard just because I have a strong wrist. Now, on the flip side, if I do have the mechanics down and I know how to rotate and throw my body, then at the end of that shot, I've got a much more secure striking surface than what I would have should I had a weak wrist, if that makes sense. Got it. And what to do in street fights. Okay. So from a street fight standpoint, I have a black belt from Israel in Krav Maga, and I understand sort of the context of what this is. And I want you to think like this. Accuracy is the holy grail of fighting. I don't care who you are. If you're fast enough and you land the punch in the right place, the fight is over. I don't care if you're a grappler, black belt, jiu-jitsu, world champion kickboxer. If you're unconscious, you freaking lose. So accuracy is the holy grail. Speed would probably be next behind that. If you think size intimidates you, strength can punish you, but speed can kill you. Speed, accuracy, and speed. So a boxer or a kickboxer that develops the ability to first diffuse, talk down, de-escalate. You should be trying to do that. But in the event that something happens and all I have to do is get one fast punch to get your attention and then drop you with what's coming behind it, to me, that's brutally effective for self-defense. I don't want to get into some tangle where we're trading blows. I don't want to end up on the ground on the concrete so your friend can stomp my face off while I'm on the ground. I would rather end it quick. So I think boxing, if you drill speed and accuracy, your own balance, you're covered up, you learn how to land your shots quick and fast, forbid you had to use it, I would rather fall back on that, man, than just about anything else. Now, weapon disarms are a little different. I think everybody should spend a lot of time defending takedowns. Like I spend a lot of time on that, and I've got a grappling background as well, but I spend a lot of time defending the takedown. Like I want to be able to defend that. I want to be able to prevent you from, I'm not going to make it easy on you is what I'm saying. All my friends that are BJJ guys, they don't understand that I understand their world, and I get it 100%. And some of the stuff that will demonstrate like concepts or thoughts of how to defend, I won't use BJJ. I'll just say a takedown, somebody who wants to get you on the ground. A lot of these things like Joe Louis would teach you, pop them in the chest just to make them hesitate. If I get you to hesitate just for 1 second, then I got time to land my next shot or my kick. I just need a hesitation. What guys do in the street, they let people just dive under, grab their legs, take them down. They don't know how to stand. They don't know how to defend. You know, it's important to learn a little bit of all that. So guys, I got to run. Got somebody coming in. I'll pick this up later. We'll do more. Hey, if you really like this, consider supporting our channel here in the super chat, or join the channel membership, or check us out at fighterscollege.com. Got to get to work, but I'll get back on later answer some more questions. Appreciate you guys being here. All right. See you next time.